we had a kind of need to keep in mind is that there were a few issues kind of during the half, if you will, for BGOD in terms of internet. It looks as if he's currently playing right now for Fire and Ice, so something to kind of be aware of right now. The reason why we're just hopping into map 2 is because of that, but excited to see the man who performed the best actually for Fire and Ice now back here for map 2.
Casey, Reciprocity very quickly going for that 3 cap. We know on District, if you win that fight early, how easy it can be to get that full trip cap off. You see Franchise hitting a couple of single pellets on these LT shots. It's a full spread there. That's going to be a down. It looks like Fire and Ice have managed to stop the bleeding and get their hill back. Powers, he's lurking. He's behind enemy lines. They don't see him just yet. BGOD might have spotted him. That was an opportunity for a very sneaky kill.
Powers, blood in the water. Little does BGOD know. Someone's just behind him, and there he is. Powers comes through, finds the first, and also drops the second. Unfortunately, Crystallize is there to spoil the party, but Powers still able to make somewhat of an impact as the All-American, good old Icy. Unfortunately, cannot stay alive for much longer as Crystallize comes through. That's at least his second, if not third, kill in a row as Franchise stuns himself, also stuns Crystallize in the meantime. Has a few players just in front of him and has some support fire from his good old buddy Kenny. Franchise runs into the blender as Fire and Ice will happily claim the good old veteran for now.
And it looks like Reciprocity got the break onto B. You see Rush not hopping in there for the full cap just yet, but at the very least not allowing Fire and Ice to build a lead. Let's take a quick look at the respawn economy. 4 members of Reciprocity sitting on 2. Only a couple over on Fire and Ice. So Reciprocity has to be careful not to get in too big of a hole early. We've seen just how bad that can be. Obviously, Fire and Ice on map number 1 got themselves in a bit of a hole as well when it came to the respawn economy. So let's see what they choose to do now. Reciprocity still holds about an 8-point lead. Of course, that could be erased momentarily. Just a 2 cap. Rush gets pushed back. Initial flashes come through for Fire and Ice. They haven't gotten the hill just yet. Rush gets flanked, but turns around and makes him pay. Numbers advantage now sitting in the hands of Rec. Choche in a bad spot. Rush, very patient, gets both kills. Is there to help his teammate. Nice pistol in the back. All Powers has to do is go wide. It's a nice reaction shot for the down. It's 3 dead. It's going to put Reciprocity at the 170 mark with 2 hills. See Icy going for how 1 brand. It's going to be a full wipe. First round goes in favor of Reciprocity. Looks like BGOD might have lagged out again.
Hate to see that.
So might have an opportunity for the Observer to get some nice scenic shots of the map as we do from time to time.
I think I hear production talking to each other saying, "Hey, are you gonna do this free camming, or am I gonna do this free camming?" Regardless, we love the shots. But hey, even still yet, like we talked about it is unfortunate. Hopefully we can get BGOD back here momentarily. But even still yet, Reciprocity, a team that really does need this win. I mean, right? They finished top 8 last week. They finished top 4. And then top 4 in terms of the last 3 weeks. I know I kind of outlined it, but in the first 3 weeks, kind of put it in perspective. First, second, last 3 weeks, fourth, 8th. And in those losses, if you will, those somewhat earlier losses, they lost to Ghost 2-1, Fire and Ice 2-1, and Rise 2-0. And I think you can kind of be somewhat understanding of their last.
Entertaining, great cast. And BGOD is back.
Oh, there we go.
I believe actually they got a sub.
Good old Gary.
Big Gary.
We love
Big
Gary.
He has some big shoes to fill. He's playing a good team.
He is. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. Let's show Gary. There he is. Appreciate you, Gary.
So now we finally have a full 5 for Fire and Ice. We can no longer talk about movies and juices and everything in between.
Not that we weren't having a good time.
I enjoyed it
I
for what it's
too.
worth.
Absolutely.
Now it's time to get back on the map. You see Gary trading shots with Kenny. This was underway. Members of Fire and Ice getting very, very aggressive. Choche's getting the opening kill on the Fran before being traded out. Powers, meat shield in front of him, tries to get his health back. Of course, we are using that new Simple Omen. Got a little bit antsy. I think if he waited a little while longer, he might have been able to stay alive. His teammate Rush, though. Make sure he lights the kill feed up. The B hill currently sitting in favor of Reciprocity, but Gary hits a back A onto Kenny before being traded out by the Rushman. Fire and Ice still building that big lead. Reciprocity, not a single point just yet. You need to get that 2 cap, and you need to get it quick.
At least need the hill. And they managed to grab it in the meantime. Like we said, the position at C now is going to be theirs as well. Can Rushies get picked up? In fact, he will. Franchise comes through, manages to get the revive. And it looks as if Rushies manages to stay up for the meantime. However, instantly has players in every single direction. Nice elim there onto Choche, turning him into a meat shield. Unfortunately, Gary will fall for the first time as well. Rotation now possibly in effect here. Rather overextension, if you will, as Kenny comes in the flank and now sets up an opportunity where Fire and Ice have to hop on their own hill. You like that aggression coming in from Reciprocity, as they are not slowing down.
Even that break is just very helpful because they started off down like 55-0 on a 2-cap, so even getting that break, it's going to help them close that lead. Is now they're even taking it a step further and go for that full trip cap. That's going to be 5 dead. Fire and Ice fought hard early, but Reciprocity just overwhelming. And to me, the man of that round in particular was Rushies. He was just so active, getting the trades, getting the kills, just flying around, hitting shots everywhere, making himself and his presence known. Now Wrecker looking towards finally taking out this Fire and Ice team, because it seems like it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. Like you said, when it comes down to both these teams meeting up, if you're looking at like the current era when things weren't, you know, so fresh when it came down to Gears of War 5, when it was first to 5 rounds. The only time that these two have met up, as you called it, was in week number 5, in which Fire and Ice took them down 2-1. And kind of in reference to that, District was in fact a map that Fire and Ice did take versus Reciprocity. Fire and Ice, unfortunately, missing out on their old man B-God. Rather unfortunate. He was one of their best players in game number 1. I want to say he finished off around 30, I think it was like 32 or something on those lines. I'm not exactly sure. Regardless, had a solid game despite the respawn issue that he kept suffering with spawning in numerous times. What, he had 0 respawns after 2 rounds, was it?
I think it was after 1 round.
Was it after 1?
Well, it was during round 2. Like, we're on like round 2. Like, how do you, like buddy, how are you at 0 already?
That's rough. That's gotta hurt.
You're gonna see Reciprocity get aggressive early rush. Around the corner, it's a full spread. Gets the kill. Icy should be there for the revive. Crystallize, though, doesn't get the kill. And the follow-up shot. Good job by Crystallize. Reciprocity continuing, though, to apply pressure on this home hill. Looks like Fire and Ice should live through the C hill. Again, they've built another early lead. It's the second time they started off with a 2-cap. Kenny got to make a play here. Luckily, he has 2 pieces of utility. He's going to buy him a little bit of time. Can he get a kill on the way out? Exploits going to be dropped to low health. They're going to take turns approaching him before finally the shots do get him down. Numbers advantage now favoring Fire and Ice. Of course, the hills favoring them as well. Let's see what Rush can do. Rush is a big reason they won that last round the way they did. That's Reciprocity. Got to make a choice where their play goes. They make that OE. Do they try and go for Choche and head towards C, or they try to get that B hill back?
A lot of decision making to do. Like I said, keep in mind, mini-map.
Enemy spotted.
Now in Gears of War 5, the caster mode. Which direction do they go, OE or B? It looks as if OE is currently the opportune, as Powers manages to take down good old King Choche. In the meantime, the fight through middle is still embarking, as C looks to be going Reciprocity's way. No one's going to be there enough, rather in time for the challenge. Powers up close. Knife to the heart, no problem. Needing another dagger to take that one down. However, Gary is going to come through. Find the elimination. Rushies instantly takes down one onto Raver. Instead of Bandstand, Gary not happy about his comrade recently dropping, but Fire and Ice nearly an establishment of C. However, Rushies causing some problems. It looks as if the spawns will not, in fact, come in. And Fire and Ice will claim their first round of game number 2.
Good job by them. Of course, this is their map pick. They've looked so strong on this map in the past. I believe it's one of the maps they did win against NRG in the past. We've seen them with just big wins across the board. So to them, you got to make sure that you get this one on the board if you want to take this to a third and final map. Reciprocity, of course, has shown some strengths on District in the past as well. So if you're Rec, not the worst map pick for an opponent.
Sure.
Fire and Ice, again, this is one of those early swing rounds, kind of the swing round of the first half. Big difference heading to the second half, obviously, between a 3-1, 2-2. You feel like you're right there, and you feel like it's just up to the second half. Yeah.
But, yeah, that 4th, 5th round is so big when it comes into Gears of War 5. And look at that, DROPSHOT now in cinema. If there's ever a reason to go to the movies, it would be now. Or maybe to not go to the movies, actually, depending on your play style, but that should definitely change some things up.
An interesting part, obviously, it's only for 1 round. It's going to be interesting because now, obviously, the weapon is near the hill, so a lot of times you're going to get away with both the weapon and the objective every round after this.
Oh,
the weapon's going to be on the opposite side. Rush get the quick pick. Actually, only get the hit marker. That should still result in a down. There it is. Crystallize is going to fall.
Raver's on the hill.
Fire and Ice still, despite not getting the weapon, off to a decent start, but just like that, 4 quickly fall. It's going to be a 2-cap coming in for Reciprocity. Power's on his way to face the king for the A-Hill. Well, walks around, gets the chunk. I think he knows that the short spawns. There should be players there momentarily. Rush just jumps right in there. He's going for the break. And I'm not sure if I agree with Rush just getting in there like that. No, he got the break. That was got to be a little help on the objective side, but you got to know you're almost surely down. You don't want your teammates to even get in the chain revive phase. So maybe might have hopped over by accident, trying to get the benefit of the doubt there.
3v1 advantage. Fire and Ice trying to mend their way through their own spawn. His Power's still being pesky. Unfortunately, Gary takes down Choche. Says, apologies, my king. Manages to pick him back up. All-American Icy. Damage up close. However, the young gun of Raver will manage to walk away with that. Cinnamon now in Fire and Ice's control, and it's definitely needed. Absolutely warranted at this point in the game as Franchise does enter into his last life, last respawn. Something to keep in mind if you're Reciprocity. That could definitely start to harm things, however. Like I said, Fran, no problem being in the back lines, maybe trying to communicate to his troops. Choche up close. In and out. No problem. Rushies falls, though, in the midst is Gary, the sub for B-God. And just to take down and at least break down the setup. Like we said at this point, Fire and Ice, a much-needed hill advantage considering the way that this round started off, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing Reciprocity edge over towards B. Obviously, a new weapon. It's going to be up very, very soon. Ooh, Rush with a nice 2-piece. He's going to end up falling. The trade should be there. The Reciprocity has 2 members over towards drop. Raver knows he has no choice but to get out. This should give Reciprocity control of that drop shot. Raver hits a couple nice shots. In the end, finally ends up falling. Kenny is there. So now Reciprocity in a very good spot to take this final round of the half. You see they have B. They have that new drop. They're going to have the 2-cap. Fire and Ice need to make a big, big last-ditch effort. They're going to need to get almost surely some sort of big team wipe, at least 4, maybe just 3 to get over the home hill. Anything they can do.
Oh, Gary.
It's Kenny. He's going to rotate that drop right over there. It's
Gary.
so hard for anyone. He even shoots it far, predicting the back roll. Second one falls a little short. Choche going to have to make massive, massive play to have a chance. Franchise doesn't allow it, and as long as Rec can hold down this hill for a little while longer, they should be okay, but the members of Fire and Ice, they're here. Kenny and Icy are the last members alive.
They're thriving.
Also going to be there to join. That got close, landing. They got very, very close, but Reciprocity closes it out. And again, that's a big, big swing round for Rec on their opponent's map pick. 3-1 at the half. It's everything you want to see.
If you're Reciprocity, like I said, I know we called it earlier, but literally a sweat off the brow type spot where it's like, hey, we want to the round, no big deal. Hey, it's fine. Live and learn. Reciprocity, solid first half, win the swing round. As they are now up 3-1 after the first half. Curious to see what Fire and Ice tries to hit us with, though. That's the big thing for them, right? They lose that first map on Vaskar 5-3. They're going to need some new life. But if you are Fire and Ice as of this moment, I know we talked about players to look out for. Is it still Raver? Is it still Exploits who you're looking at to really be the difference, the catalyst for what can provide a possible comeback?
Ever since this roster change, that's kind of been the 2 that have been the catalyst for them. So obviously Exploits is playing incredibly well the past few weeks since joining this team. Raver, we've kind of always expected to have those big moments just because he is sort of the main slayer of this team, I would say. So to me, if you're playing a team like Reciprocity and those 2 members aren't hot, you're going to have a very, very hard time. Again, Reciprocity plays with great teamwork, great coordination. They have a ton of skill. That's no shortage of skill on this team as they get the first blood. Ooh. As all members start to fall. These are long spawns landed, so if they get this kill on Choche, that'll surely be a very quick elimination round. Choche trying to stay alive the best he can. Rec begin to chase him. That misroll is going to be it. Gary's going to be the only one off spawn. Gonna crystallize. Can they get to the touch in time? They have to get a full break onto F. The answer's gonna be no. Reciprocity. 4-1. Looking like this is gonna very, very likely end in a 2-0.
Gary running through the tape just, what, maybe half of a second late. Rather unfortunate, but 52nd round now puts Reciprocity on a permanent map and series point, at least throughout the rest here of a district. Fire and Ice in need of some much needed life. That's without question, as Disable's tossed both ways for the shock and instant grenade. So maybe puts rather more of an emphasis on that drop shot more, or now more than ever. But these initials have been so crucial, so many bodies falling. Just a matter of moments. Rushy's yet again put in a position of which he can't see, but just has to blind fire. 3 players in front of him, 1 down. Nearly a second as Choche runs on in. There's the second onto Exploits. A third. Can he make it a fourth? Rushy's, this would be on the king, and he will! Lovely work from Rushy's up close. The new star. And right where he belongs at Cinema. Lovely work coming through from the Rushman as he'll invigorate Reciprocity. Continue on with their run.
And he wasn't stopping either. He went over to the home mill and beat up someone else for good measure. We've seen Rushy's past 2 weeks just make so many big plays. Three pieces almost just seem expected at this point when it comes to Rushy's in those close quarter situations, hitting all those big shots. I mean, hitting full spreads. Even when he wouldn't get the chunk, he hit the full spread and just cripple the player in their steps. Big start from Reciprocity, looking to take the final round of the map. You're going to see Fran and Powers get dropped. It's going to quickly be 4 down just like that. Make that 5. So in the middle of us giving Rush the ultimate gas, Fire and Ice said, hold on one moment there. We're still in this. Get a very quick 5 wipe. Get the round completed before I can even finish my sentence.
Yeah, the Eyes, in fact, do not have it, at least as of yet. Rushy's still 24-11. Phenomenal play coming in from him. And you're thinking, if you're Fire and Ice at this moment, you're saying, hey, we lost the way that we did in Cinema, still walked away with the round. We've got some potential here. We can still stay alive. What you're hoping is possibly being uttered in the communication, probably in Spanish rather than English, but still yet. Fire and Ice. Los Rapido. Maybe. I don't actually know what that means, Ryan. Is that... You know what that means?
I'm just going to let you try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, it's not...
I know what it means. I'm just going to let you...
What?
Just let you stir.
Let's be quick. I don't...
Yeah.
That's just what it means. No big deal.
We got to get you to a Mexico City event for Gears. That'll truly
That'd
give
be
you
fun.
the immersive experience.
I've heard the crowd is unlike any other.
It's so unmatched. It's just, I've never experienced anything like it. The passion is through the roof. Obviously, a ton of very passionate players. The fans are incredible. Just they love Gears of War more than anything, and that's just one of the most fun environments to be in.
Ooh, the shot grenade is tossed out. Rushy's, of course, grabbing the drop shot. Can he make some more magic happen? He's ready. Unfortunately, maybe catches the back heel of Raver. So he'll manage to escape, but not for long. Icy is there to clean up. They haven't even gone for their own home, rather own a home hill yet. Instantly make their way over toward Fire and Ice's. Choche not happy about the enemies making their home in his kingdom. Ready to force the issue. Nice shot around the corner from Icy, and now the temptation of a near domination. That one will nearly be denied. Exploits runs through the corridor and also loses his life as well, but Rushy's still hanging on. Crystallize, he'll fall. And Gary's got to get here soon. Somebody has to hop on the hill, and Gary wins it. A big 1v1 to keep Fire and Ice afloat.
Yeah, you can see Rush to that up A. Kind of predicted wrong, basically predicted wrong where he was going to be. Almost that would have been just an incredible highlight had that shot connected, but Fire and Ice managed to continue breathing. Finally getting some points on the board as well. They let Wreck it almost to the 80-point mark before they put themselves on the board, so advantage still overwhelming in Reciprocity's favor. Respawn's looking pretty good over on the side of Wreck. 3-3, 4-3-3. F&I, a little different situation. You see the team fire coming through, trying to get that bandstand, trying to get this player out. Guess a little bit of help, though. It's going to be Fran and Rush. Couple nice downs. It's going to take the members of Reciprocity out. We saw last round, Reciprocity was in control in a quick 5 wipe.
Yeah.
Could we be seeing the same thing? That's very quickly 3 dead. Exploits instead heading over towards the hill. We're going to be met by Powers, potentially Icy.
Oh, they got Powers.
It's a good first step. players are off spawn. The respawns are getting quicker. The trip cap's underway. Rec need to defend their hill. F&I continue to get the kills. This could be another round, Landon, where they take it away. And it's looking like unless Kenny can make the heroic play, they will not be able to do it. That's going to be a trip cap despite being down almost 80 points. That's 2 rounds in a row Reciprocity had in the palm of their hands. But these boys from LATAM, they're fighting.
They are, and really not in that, rather the round prior to this one, but still yet Fire and Ice are winning rounds. They have no right to win, Ryan. Like we said, it was a quadra kill from Rushies. That last round, like you talked about, they're up 80 points. They are literally in Fire and Ice's spawn. They don't even cap their own home hill. They capped Fire and Ice's before they capped their own. Still, Fire and Ice walks away with the round. Still, it's unbelievable. Reciprocity's got to be fuming at the fact that they have yet to close out this game on 2 different occasions where they absolutely should have. They did all the hard work, it's just they couldn't execute during the easy moments. But can Fire and Ice force what is an improbable final round? Or can Reciprocity finally do what has been an issue for them in the past? Closing out games. We're about to find out. The Rushman and Cinema name a better duo. Unfortunately, we have to wait just a few moments. It's actually a perfectly placed shot grenade. Will delay exploits from making much happen. Crystallize as well gets cut down. That's going to make Rushy's life a little bit easier as no explosives have to be shot out as of yet. In the meantime, Fire and Ice, they cap E. On the other end, Reciprocity, they go for the home hills.
You see that drop shot once again in the hands of Reciprocity. Choosing where he's going to shoot it. 2 bullets left in the chamber. We've seen the devastation that weapon can cause, especially in those close quarter team fights. He has the mark. He knows where to shoot it. Ends up getting the full kill, so the D-Hill still continuing to grab points for the COG team. And he might get another one right here, threading the needle up through the window. He does. His teammates are starting to fall. So despite him making some good plays with the drop, that's crystallized. Teammates once again falling. You'd hate seeing the situation landed with an early lead and an advantage.
Wow.
And for them to give it up again. The shining difference this time, though, you see Raver on 0 respawns. Reciprocity, that's something you want to take advantage of as fast as you can. But Gary gets in there. Fortunately for him, Powers got to get the better end of that deal. So you're going to have Icy and Fran off spawn, both Raver and Exploit sitting at 0 respawns. Got to figure Reciprocity just kind of continues to just fight, continues to just play this round slowly, because eventually the spawns will just continue to be in their favor, and there should be a point soon where we do have a permanent 4-on-5 of Powers in the midst, trying to get that cap. Ends up falling. Oh, Choche's going to drop.
That's a nice pick.
Got a 20-point change lead for Rec. Try and build on that. You see the members with 0 respawns just trying to stay back as far as they can. Gary's going to get the back A onto Kenny. Rushies is going to fall as well. Reciprocity, they just need to get some of these kills. They just need to not let Fire and Ice hold this 2-cap despite the respawn economy. You can't imagine they let this happen.
Oh, surely not. Gary unfortunately falls. Raver's going to be there for the cleanup. Fire and Ice yet again initiate here over at Cinema. Crystallize as well, ends up grabbing the drop shot. That's what they wanted. That's what they fought after. That's what they sought for. Domination nearly inbound. Icy instantly attracts 2 members of Fire and Ice toward his perspective. And in the meantime, lovely work coming through from them.
These are the 2 players with 0 respawns. There's Raver and Exploits. These would be big kills. Raver's going to go down. Can the revive come in? It does, but both of these players, if they fall, will put Fire and Ice in the worst spot imaginable, but somehow they still manage to stay alive. They get the revives on each other, and now 3 members of Reciprocity are on 0.
Oh my god.
That was such a big swing.
There's
Exploits
one.
falls, he's now out. Choche, and then Raver. Huge kills by Franchise, getting the 2 players you need to get most. That's going to take them out permanently, and Franchise just needs to basically run right past him, get on that D-Hill. Actually, now look at a COG team still wins on 1. Their win condition's still fine. That round also got a little too close for comfort. Reciprocity finally close it out. Probably thought they should have closed it out a little bit sooner, but in the end, the W is all that matters. They move on with a series of 2-0.
Do indeed. The king roaming around his castle. Kenny, however, saying, how about a bouncy castle? That one will work for us. Reciprocity win that one 5-3 in the same fashion that they also took this one on Vaskar. I will say, however, Fire and Ice, you look at this series, you say, okay, back-to-back 5-3s, all right, whatever. Still yet put up a wonderful, wonderful fight in both of these games, and despite the loss as well here on District, 37 kills coming in from exploits. You love to see that from the new guy.
He's been playing very, very well since joining this team, and again, a loss to Reciprocity is nothing to hang your head too low on, right? Of course, that is the grand champions of San Diego. They had some success in the past, but you know a team like that's going to get better over time. You know they're going to continue to improve. So Fire and Ice are kind of back to the drawing board. Of course, the Pro League's going to start very, very soon. Fire and Ice, again, I know we'll see them next week. They play in all our tournaments.
Yeah.
They'll be back.
They're one of those teams that just hasn't missed a week. Love to see the grind that these guys have been on. But still, yet this play from Franchise just can't begin to describe how big that was for Rec at that moment. Also can't doubt what maybe doesn't pop up in the scoreboard outside the damage.